Hello everybody and welcome to another recipe with Dishes by Deb. Today we are going to be making a harissa chicken. Now this is a really easy meal. It's a one pot meal, which is my favorite. But it has the most just phenomenal flavors and it's so simple you would not think it would, but yeah, it's just so simple yet so delicious. Alright, so getting into the ingredients, we're gonna have this harissa sauce. Now you can get this in different heat levels. This one here is just a mild, but you can get it in medium or hot. I've done the medium one before and it's really nice as well. I have not done the super hot one yet. Maybe I'll try that another time, but today I'm just using the mild. I wasn't really in the super spicy mood. Then we also have some garlic cloves. We have some heavy cream, some white wine, a bunch of kale. I don't think it really matters what type of kale you use. I've used different kinds before, but this is what they had at the store today, so this is what I got. Probably won't be using all of this. The recipe does call for, I think, 4 cups of it thinly sliced, so we'll probably use maybe about half of this, but we'll reassess as we get cooking. And then last but not least, we have our chicken. Now for the chicken, you want to either get like chicken cutlets that are already nice and thin, or if you have the thicker chicken breasts like these are, you want to either slice them in half, or if you have a meat hammer, you want to pound them down because you want these to be nice and thin before you start cooking them. Alright, now with the kale, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of peel out this center stem, the hard stem, and then you're just going to be left with the leaves. And then what you're going to do is you're going to thinly slice the leaves crosswise. And as I start getting these stemmed, I'm going to start slicing as well, because we only need 4 cups of this, so we don't need to make all of the kale. We don't need to chop all of it up. Just line these up a little bit, and then we're just going to thinly slice them. This is it. We got our 4 cups of kale right here. So now we're going to move on to the garlic. Let me just wipe down our cutting board. All right. Now for the garlic, you're going to have 3 cloves, and you are going to mince these. All right, so with the chicken, you're also going to want to pat it dry and then sprinkle it with a little salt and pepper. All right, so we have the ingredients all measured out. So we have 4 cups of sliced kale. We have 3 tablespoons of the harissa sauce. We have 3 garlic cloves that are minced. We have half a cup of heavy cream, and then another half a cup of white wine. And then our chicken, we have a pound of chicken breast that has been thinly sliced. You can also buy chicken cutlets, which are thinner if you want to, or you can use a meat hammer to get it nice and thin. But for today, I just sliced mine in half, so they're not as thick as they were when I first got them. All right, so moving over to the stove now, we're going to pour the olive oil into the pan. It's best to use a larger pan for this with high sides because the kale does take up quite a bit of room when you add it. But yes, you're going to add the olive oil and then you're going to heat it on medium-high until nice and hot. So you want it, if you drop a little bit of water in there, to sizzle immediately. That's when you know it's time to put the chicken in. All right, it is just about time to add the chicken, so we are going to put that in the pan now. Now we're going to cook it for 3 minutes per side until the chicken is cooked through. All right, coming up on 3 minutes, so I'm going to start flipping the bigger slices of chicken. Ooh, look at that brown. We're going to cook it for another 3 minutes until it's cooked through. All right, 3 minutes is almost up, so we're going to start removing the chicken from the pan. All right, so now we are going to add in the harissa sauce and the garlic, and we're going to cook this, stirring constantly for 1 minute. So it might splatter a little bit when you add the sauce. So that smells good. And once a minute is up, we're going to add the wine to the pan to start to do the deglazing. Minute is almost up, so now we are going to add the wine to the pot. Again, be careful, it might splatter a little bit. And now we're going to cook the wine for about 2 minutes. You want it to reduce a little bit. You don't want it to be as watery. But once you add the wine, now you're going to really start scraping the bottom of the pan to get up all the fond, get it into the sauce. That's going to just add extra flavor. Whew, it smells good. All right. Let's see that it's getting a little bit thicker. That's what we're looking for. We want it to get a little bit thicker, reduce a little bit. And then we are going to actually lower the heat, turn the temperature down a little bit less than kind of medium-low. You want it closer to the low side. And we're going to add in the kale, and then we're going to add in the heavy cream. So let's add in the kale. All right, and now we're going to add in the cream. And we are going to stir this occasionally for the next 3 minutes until the kale is starting to wilt. Now we're just going to stir this, get it all nice and combined, and then the kale will start to wilt, and we'll make it a little smaller so it fits in the pan better. So once the kale just starts to wilt, we're going to add the chicken back to the pan along with any of the accumulated juices. And then we are going to just continue cooking for about another 2 to 3 minutes until the kale has fully wilted and the chicken is completely coated and warmed back up. Because we want it to be nice and toasty when we eat it. It's starting to look really good, guys. All right, so the kale is just starting to get a little wilted now, so I'm going to add the chicken back in. All right, and then also just all the accumulated juices, get those back in. All right, now we're going to cook this for about another 2 to 3 minutes. Just get the kale nice and wilted and get the chicken completely coated with the topping and the sauce. I know I say this every recipe, but I wish you guys could smell this. Alright, so it's been about 3 minutes. The kale is nice and wilted now, and the chicken is nice and warm through again. And now it's time to plate our dish. That is how easy this recipe is. It's very limited ingredients, really quick to put together, really simple, one pot, always my favorite. I hope you guys try this one, and if you do, I really hope you enjoy it. If you're looking for other recipes, check out the other videos on YouTube, and then you can also go to my website, dishesbydeb.com. Where there's a bunch of other recipes there. I will be making videos of those eventually, but, you know, one at a time. So enjoy, everybody. I hope you like this one.